Shout out to SeatGeek. We know they are the top rated sports booking app. I mean, when we talk about them, dude, they got over, was it 70,000 different sporting events, different festivals, different events that you can purchase tickets to ultimately get in there and vibe out with them people, man. They are pretty awesome. Man, let me also pull up the promo code because we do like that whenever we're talking about anybody that rocks with the show. It's simple. You download the app, use the promo code MOATS. You get $20 off of your purchase, man. It doesn't matter where the seats are. It doesn't matter how much they cost. You're getting $20 off of it. I think it's a dope deal. I mean, shoot, I'm pulling up Steelers at Bengals at Steelers this weekend, man. Plenty of seats available. Nice areas too, man. So you don't want to miss out on that, man.
I might be making an appearance.
You catch what I'm saying?
I might be making an appearance.
Deke said he might be in the building.
I'm going through SeatGeek.
Deke said he might be in the building. SeatGeek giving you all, and they even rank the seats. You see what I'm saying? Like they tell you good versus great for the value and everything, man. So, like I said, you don't want to miss out on that. So, shout out to the homies at SeatGeek. Man, as we get ready for this here next topic, talking a little bit of this here Steelers recent news stuff, man. I did want to start with, I guess, the first one, man, because we didn't get a chance to chat since the last game. But since the last game, we had a lot of our guys kind of, making comments, whether it was Patrick Queen, Deshaun Elliott, Cam Hayward, pretty much all not calling out a person specifically, but kind of going in that route of, hey, man, you got to have all 11 guys on the same page. You can't have one guy, going rogue. You can't do this. And then
who's the one guy?
Well, and that was the thing. So you go on social media and, all right, you got the internet people saying it's Minka they're talking about. Then it was other people trying to say it was Patrick Queen, but they're like, well, it can't be Queen because he's the one who said it. So how could he be saying it if it's actually about him? Then we had RC, Ryan Clark, say to Deshaun Elliott or call out Deshaun Elliott for even saying it like, yeah, you're supposed to keep this in-house. Like, what you doing talking publicly like this? But, yeah, we haven't had a chance to get back, since all of that started to take place, man. So, yeah, how did y'all feel about some of that stuff, man, that's going on right now, man? Is it smoke? Is there fire where there is smoke, or they overreacting right now, man?
Smoke and fire, they giving up points. So it's like, and you can see some miscommunication things, 2-3 exchanges.
Yeah, guys running wide open. That's one of the things Deshaun brought up. He's like, you can't have guys running wide open like that, man.
I think it was a couple of times. It was one time tight end sat down, both linebackers blitz.
Yep.
Like these are just miscommunication things.
Yeah.
So.
Shoot, it was the one I know. It was like the nickel blitzed on one, and I think Patrick Queen is about to blitz, and it's like, he might have seen him, and he reads out, but now dude wide open. He's like, hey, man, this is Travis Kelce, man. What we doing, man?
In the back of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, it's another one. Yeah.
There's a couple of plays, like you just see it, like just miscommunication.
Yeah.
So I think anytime you have miscommunication, like it's like as the linebacker, you don't super know what they talked about.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, you just are being told, man, that's Buddy. Like, as soon as you get off the field, where you're like, man, everything was straight, man. Like, man, that's you. Yeah. And if the name popped back up at any time for any problem, you like, bro, that's you.
That had to be you, bro. That had to be
you.
Yeah.
So now it's like, bro, that's you. I'm putting that on you.
Yeah.
To where, man, dudes just need to do their job.
Yeah, because I'm hot about you, but I want to say your name. Yeah.
Like, we're in it. So it's kind of like, I do agree with the per se RC where it's like that is in-house.
Yeah.
But I think they didn't put names
they
on
ain't
it.
out them all the way, whoever they're talking about.
They didn't put names on it. It's just more, they didn't say we got to be better. Barely
they really was like, yo, whoever this guy is, like,
they need to do their job.
They
like,
tripping. Yeah.
We got a guy in it.
Sometimes it's like that, though.
You know the whole scenario to where it
sometimes
it
might be that. Yeah. And if it's the same dude that has the issue a couple of times, we say you can play 60 snaps right, but if you drop 2 of them and it's like, yo, that's a touchdown, man. That's 2 touchdowns. Like, we can't,
To where it's like, because they are moving some pieces, and it might be a piece moved here to a piece is in here to a total slide. Yeah. And it could be 1 or 2 miscommunications, but it's like they just, in a football game is really, man, it is 3 or 4 plays. I seen all the hype about Micah Parsons. He's like, man, if we take the score out, these 4 or 5 plays.
This is what matters the most. Yeah.
And it's like, it's a lot of negative reviews, but it's real.
It's real.
Really be like, man, it's 3.
The problem is you just don't know those plays and when they're going to happen. Is it in the first quarter? Is it in the fourth quarter? Like, nobody knows. But when you go back and watch the game, it's like, yo, every single time you can highlight, yep, that play mattered, that play, and that play, and that play.
3 miscommunications could be the 21 points. That's the game.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
And it could be 3 plays of 60.
You don't get off the field against the Eagles. Now they don't wear you down another 2 minutes. Like, it's just, it might be a play or 2. So it just be them little moments. So if that's what they're dealing with, which is it sounds crazy, but a good problem because you can identify the problem.
Yeah.
There's the problems when you can't super figure out what's the problem. You're like, man, we just can't stop nothing. Like, they're in there like, man, it's not that we can't run with this or do this. Man, just cover your man. Yeah. Or you take this, or let's just talk this out.
When you see this motion, bro, either lock it or
just talk.
Like, just tell me. Is it in and out or are we locking it, man? One or the other. You can't be wrong. Yeah, you can't be wrong, though.
So where it's like, I think they'll start to address some issues. I think this is a good week for them because they got a team that's going to air them. They're
going to stress them.
They're going to stress them. They're going to put them in conflict. They know them. We know each other in a sense. So you're going to get a lot of different conflict, but it's a lot of communication. Yeah. And it'll be good to get that going into the playoffs where it's like, all right, let's communicate. Yeah. You got a little break. You just had a little run. Like, everything will calm back down. Let's go play football. You know what I mean? And just communicate. And then so it is a smoke.
Because that's about the
fire. Like, it's no fire. Like, the house ain't on fire.
How you feel about it, man, when you see the comments coming out, man?
Wish I wasn't hearing stuff about miscommunication week 17.
Which is crazy when you think about it, bro.
I just feel like it's been a topic that's been
but it
brought
happens,
up
though.
too many times over the last probably even 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
About miscommunications and dudes not doing their job on defense. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't want to hear about it anymore. I get it. Like, okay, it could be a simple fix, but still the results are the results. It's part of the game. The communication is part of the game, and sometimes – you guys can maybe attest to this or tell me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it is the offense that puts the defense in a bind and forcing them to communicate.
Yeah. If we know that you're going to 2-3, exchange this thing, I'm going to try to make it as complicated as ever for you to read it. You're not going to align it regular. I might have y'all make the switch 10 yards downfield. I might switch it at 5 yards at one time. I might have you motion to it. I might build a formation to it. I might, man, you run vertical, but you bringing it from this side now. Like, just different ways to make them have to talk all the different scenarios out. And all I'm looking for is 1 to 2 times you getting it wrong. Yeah. And defensively, that's the challenge that you face as a defender. You got to be perfect every single time. Whereas we say offensively, and that's kind of what we always joke about, or I kind of will get with you about when we highlight offense versus defense. It's like, man, offense could play bad, and if you have 3 plays where you score a touchdown, you get 21 points, we're like, oh, you had a great game. And it's like, bro, you played 60 plays. You didn't play great. You just had 3 great moments. Defensively, man, you could play all these snaps perfect, and it's like, yo, that play, this play, and that play, but y'all gave up 3 scores because of that play, and that play. No. And now the whole perspective of the defense is like, yo, y'all suck. This is bad. It's like just what we're asking and what we view as acceptable for offense versus defense, that also plays into it. But you knew that signing up for it as well. So it's not like, this is why. But it's just like, when we actually think about it, it's kind of crazy too, man.
Now you've had a bad day.
Yeah. You like, bro, this is nuts, man.
Like, they're like, people are hurt in there.
Yeah.
So it's different people in there to where, like, I don't mean to be like the cookie cutter way, because it might be gray area problems. And the cookie cutter way said I was straight. Yeah. But for the last 14 weeks of the season, we've switched this. And it's like, coach, man, this is the rule. Yeah. But we are. I mean, shoot.
Let's see. On the back end, the different people that have played post bye week. Cam Sutton's new into the thing, right? Corey Trice done popped back up. Benny Bishop still in the rotation. Dante Jackson, James Pierre, Joey Porter, Casey and Elliott. Make sure I throw Elliott because Elliott was in. He's been out a little bit. You know what I mean? You still got Minka as well. And that doesn't include Patrick Queen, Landon Roberts, Peyton Wilson, who are the other guys that are having to communicate with them during that process. There's a lot of different moving pieces. And what TG was alluding to is what you might have set as a rule back in September. And because it's been me and TG this whole time, man, this was the rule, but we've kind of been able to add to it. Man, TG, I ain't got to see it like this, bro. If you see this, man, just shoot. I'm going to make you right. And that's great for these next 10 weeks until I get hurt. And now it's Deke in there. And now TG's looking at you like, hey, you don't see it like that. You like, hey, nah, when we did this in September, we said this. This is my job. Like, I did my job. Like,
I'm the new guy.
And I'm not about to do that. I'm doing my job.
Hey,
so,
trap, bro.
Trap. I'm not doing nothing else off of that. Like, this is it. And you're not wrong, but now you can see the ripple effect that it has on him, that it's going to have on everybody else. And it's just one of those things that organically, it's a pro and con to new personnel, new people coming in there. It's like, man, if you had the same people from start to finish, communication is A1 the whole time. But because you're always evolving it, because you're trying to do certain things situationally, depending on the game you're playing, who's the matchup. It's like, man, if we haven't been talking to the same people over and over, you're going to have a natural breakdown, and you're just trying to minimize those breakdowns as much as possible. But like you said, man, there's a lot of moving pieces with that thing, man. No, respect. But then that's the part where they say, yeah, you got to coach it better. How you feel about that? Since you on the coaching side now, man. When we say, hey, coach, man, it's on you, man. How you feel about that, bro?
I mean, and I think that's what you'll see in the improvement in the weeks. I think, like, the problem gives you something to coach, you know? Okay. Well, you don't know that that's a problem before it goes in, and that might sound crazy, but it's like you know what he know, but you don't know that he don't know
until you see the quick motion, the 2-3 exchange. It's like, oh, you really didn't know that part when you was 9 this whole time in the walkthrough when we was in the classroom, and I'm like, yo, you got this? And he was like, yeah, I got you, coach. Yeah, I know exactly this. Yeah.
But coach, you told me if he went in and he go out, I got to take this in. All right, you got it.
That's the silver lining. I think we're just bad right now. Like, we're in a bad spot.
But I think they're playing good teams.
I think I think we're not playing good. Obviously, going up against good teams. Coaching
Philly,
it's
Philly,
just been
Kansas
combination of a bunch of bad
and Baltimore in 3
days.
Three games, 11 days.
Yeah, we're getting smoked by good teams. We're not playing good. We're turning the ball. Like all this, like it's bad.
Perfect storm.
The silver lining would be
10 days.
This is the rock bottom. This should be the rock bottom point of the season, but luckily we already have the playoffs locked up. Yeah, and we have a game before the playoffs where we could get things right. Because right now, if the season ended, the narrative's the script for this season. It's not good. Like who knows what we're talking about?
We limping into the postseason right now.
Let's just say the season ended right now. And we didn't cut off the season. Yeah, just right now.
Just
like,
in general.
How are we feeling about how we ended it? Yeah. These last stretch of games, like it's what I mean. It's awful. Yeah. Like I'm seriously talking about signing Justin Fields over Russell Wilson. We're talking about coaching style, all that. But the great part about it is we still have one more week and we still have playoffs. And that's what the NFL is. A lot can change in an instant.
I mean, Highsmith said he guaranteed 2 more games, man. Guaranteed that.
Yeah.
Rest come out here and look good versus Cincy. They play in that wild card and get a dub. Everything changes.
Yeah. It's been happening before. Yeah. I could talk about the Kurt Warner Cardinals team that played us in the Super Bowl, back Super Bowl 43. They limped in the playoffs. They were pretty good midway through the season, but they finished like 9-7. Terrible. But then they went on the run.